first and foremost, we have to define what pre-selection actually is. So we as guys, we want to be pre-selected by other women. So other women find us more attractive. There was a famous study being done where they just put an average guy and then they asked women to rate that guy. And all the women said, yeah, he's fine, but. So he was just getting very average ratings in terms of looks, whatnot, associations, blah, blah, blah. But when they put two beautiful girls, one on the left, one on the right, and then they asked other girls to judge him, then all his stats were blown up. So this is just the way we perceive and the
Why
way
do you think that happened? Why do you think girls started rating the guy higher?
Yeah, because when girls see other girls, especially when they're beautiful, they associate things. Because, of course, a girl, she only wants to hang out with guys who are high value, guys who they find attractive, guys who
Yeah.
can provide for them. And when they see another guy who is average being surrounded by two girls, they directly think, hey, this guy must have something going on in his life, in his career, in his whatever, that these girls do hang around with him.
Because as men, what do we want in a girl? So, I mean, our most, of course, when it comes to short term is different, long term is different, right? But the number one trait we look for in a girl is her genetics, is her looks, right? Because men, we get triggered by our visuals. That's why men watch porn. And the women, they like to judge guys on on a basis of like a very wide criteria, right? On like they have a lot to risk, right? For example, we need a few seconds to be able to do our part in creating life, and they need 9 months. So, women have to be very, very picky when it comes to choosing the right man. So she has to do a lot of homework. But let's say if she sees other girl who are also attractive, if they have already chosen a man, like I mean, if you're hanging out, you don't know which girl is kind of dating you or which girl is not dating you. So she has to be kind of mysterious, right? So but she's thinking, okay, if those girl trust this guy, I can trust him as well. Because like she is saving a lot of energy on deciding if a guy is a good fit or not. So that's why it also is a good way for a girl to decide. Because I mean, a girl only react to a guy positively who has something going on, as you said, in his life. So it saves a lot of time on girls' end, a lot of energy because she sees other girls who are attractive, trust the guy. So it automatically see, okay, they trust the guy, so I should do the same.
Yeah. And the concept of pre-selection applies to every other aspect of life as well, right? Because I know there are a lot of people who say, no, women don't function that way. We're pretty similar to men. We look at this and that. But this all happens subconsciously. Another example. So if you see a guy with a Rolex, what do you think about this guy? Okay, this guy must have money. He must have something going on in his life.
Good
It's
things are
either
happening.
business, good things are happening with him, or a guy who drives a Lamborghini, right? He must have money. You associate instantly things with him. And we, as a human species, we are superficial. We judge humans based on how they look.
Let's say you are driving down the lane. You're driving, right? And you see a ice cream shop where 25 people are staying in the line for the ice cream shop.
Yeah.
No matter what you think about this ice cream, you're going to
Yeah.
think, okay, 25 people trust this ice cream.
Yeah.
It has to be good. Another word for pre-selection is like social proof. If you see a guy who's like everyone is good to him, as a natural process, you tend to be good to that guy as well. Same thing with like someone who is famous, right? So a lot of people react to that guy in a way. So you also align yourself in that way as well.
Yeah.
And like if the girl sees, okay, every girl loves this guy. Either he's gay or he's so charismatic, right? So I mean, if you struggle with that, so just become gay for a second. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. It only has a negative downside.
But the funny thing is, when a guy is surrounded by a lot of women, right? Then we say, hey, pre-selection, other girls will find that guy attractive. But what if a woman is surrounded by tons of guys?
I mean,
the
she's in
same
a
rules.
business networking event.
Do the same rules apply then?
She
as
works
well?
in IT. She's an engineer.
She's looking for a man in finance.
Like usually girls don't hang out in those. Like it's usually she's dating one of those guys and like she took her out. I don't see that happening a lot. Like a single girl hanging out with like single dudes. I don't see that happening too much.
Yeah.
Also, like it's a very weird thing to do.
It is weird, but why is it weird though? So
I mean, why is she there? It depends. Like if she's into MMA, if she's into boxing, it makes sense. women tend to do things more where, there's like people involved, more social kind of jobs, and men do things which involve like sometimes not dealing with people directly, like
Yeah.
building things,
Yeah.
like as an engineers, you are sitting behind your computer, you
Yeah.
know, you don't even have to talk to people. You're just building things, solving things. So this is why it's not very common to have. I mean, if you're a doctor, you're drowned in pussy, as they say. But it all depends.